What's good, y'all? What's up with it? It's your girl, Poppy.
And I'm Joanna, but you can call me Joe.
What's good, y'all? It's Sierra, and you are tuned into Girl, Let Me Tell You.
Girl, let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Okay, ladies. So, question of the day. I want to know, what are your favorite characteristics? And while y'all have time to think on that, I'll just go ahead and go first. I think I have two. So, first is my sense of humor. I think I'm very, very funny, very lively, very much animated. I love that about myself. The second one, a little bit more serious, is my way of thinking. I feel like I have a different perspective from a lot of the people around me, and I think in a more mature way compared to most people that are my age. So I love that about me. Sierra, what do you love about yourself, girl?
My favorite characteristics of me, I think just like I care for people, like for real. Like I really care about people. Um, that's it. No, I'm just kidding. I like my smile. That's it.
I think for me, I love my authenticity. You get me 100% of the time, 100% who I am, regardless of where I am. And I think that is a really beautiful trait to have. Because child, you can spot a fake a mile away, but if you know me, if you've met me, hopefully you know that you've met the real me. And I appreciate my ability to be authentically who I am in every space. Well, y'all, we are here. We are at the Girl Let Me Tell You podcast. Today, we are covering a very important topic to all of us. And we are going to be talking about singleness. We're going to be talking about pros and cons, the good, the bad, the beautiful, the ugly. We are getting all into singleness. Okay. So let's just not waste any more time because let's talk about it. Sierra, give me a pro, give me a good thing about the era of singleness.
So, off top, what I think about on singleness is time. Because singular, by yourself. And so I have all the time in the world, not in the world, but I got time, to do, what I need to do, whether it be work, I can accept that promotion. I could move states, I could go out, I cannot go out, I can be on the phone for hours, I can turn my phone off. So it's just it's versatile. Singleness is versatility in my book.
Okay.
And so I
Okay.
would definitely say time.
I'm very much all about me. Especially this year, I want to be very selfish. I am intentionally not making time for other people as much as I am for myself. And
I respect
listen,
that.
that's just the
No,
life
I'm
I'm
glad.
living.
I'm glad that you're voicing that and living that. I love
Listen,
that for you.
thank you. And if you're trying to approach me, I need you to know that that's where I am, and there might not be room for you, because it's all about me in this season. And I definitely love that Sierra mentioned that, because I think that's something that people don't consider as a benefit, when it comes to singleness, because they like to relate it more so of like being attached to someone. But that
Mm-hmm.
is really the crucial time for you to get to know yourself and like try to implement practical ways of learning about who you are. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm. I do.
I would definitely agree. Time, because I'm a me person and I need me time.
I think in my singleness journey, I have experienced so much in life. I've experienced so much. And I think I've grown so much that sometimes throughout this journey, I'm like, dang, I am a different person. I have outgrown old habits, I have outgrown old mindsets. And I think the growth that you have, if you allow yourself to do that, is really, really beautiful. And I think just with me balancing a lot of different things, I'm able to do projects that I want to do. If I'm like, oh, okay, I want to start a podcast, boom, there it is. I don't know what's the word is, but just being able
Mhm.
to do what you want to do, and not have to check in with somebody else or make sure they're okay if you're doing this, or hey, can I, like, if I want to go, I'm just gonna go. If I want to do, I'm just gonna do. If you see me in Mexico, mind your business. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is.
I would consider that too as a practical way of growing in your singleness, traveling.
I
You're,
love
if
a
you
good
have
trip.
the ability to do it, just do it, you know, and you don't have to worry about taking somebody with you and all this
I mean,
kind of
and
stuff.
you
Know
learn
that
so much too. You know, like a lot of people when they're single, they don't like to do things alone. They don't like to go to the restaurant and sit down in the restaurant by themselves, or they can't
Mhm.
go to the library and read a book and be in their singleness. And so I think for me, one way that I cherish being in my singleness is through travel because I'm able to experience new things. I learn new things. And then I'm also at a place where I don't know a soul. So I have to look after myself and take care of myself. And it kind of gives me this sense of independence that is just like second to none.
I love to go to the movies by myself. I love going to eat out to lunch or dinner by myself. I think it's very, very fun. And before, like in my singleness, if I were to be with someone, that's not something that I would want to do because I'd be like, I need to take this person with me. So, in a way, I feel like going on little self dates is like my way of branching out and getting out of my comfort zone.
So I would say for me, it's just like being comfortable with myself in all like situations, locations, and stuff. Like that song's like I'm kicking back and I'm good. Like
Yeah,
I'm learning to like be good with myself, to kick back with myself. So just being comfortable and confident in myself, just like in all spaces. And so that's how I'm like practicing singleness and being good in it.
comfortable in my skin. Sorry, I
Yes,
called that in.
cozy with who I am.
That just blew my mind. Okay.
I'm weak.
But let me tell y'all something too that I have kind of saw lately in an article online. Basically, I saw this article that said that single women are the largest growing market in the United States of America, as in we are now a target audience for businesses, brands. Like they want single women consumers
Wow.
because we only spending money on ourselves. And if we're gonna
Yeah,
treat us
no, for
right, we
real.
gonna get the best of the best. And so these companies are like, oh my gosh, single women are just really growing in general in the US. Like the numbers are skyrocketing as far as the population of single women in the US. And I think on one side of the spectrum, I'm like, yes, women power, women history month. But on the other side of the spectrum, I'm like, why is the number of single women growing and why aren't relationships
Mm-hmm.
and couples being more of a normalcy? You know what I'm saying? Do I really want to be in
Yeah.
this single game?
Because look at us, we're all so fabulous and fly. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why? I'm not understanding why we're the market. So, on one end of the spectrum, I think it's cool that these companies are focusing on that specific group of people because it's like, you know, we can get some recognition for being great, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and marketable in a sense. But on the
Mm-hmm.
other end, it makes me think of the negative aspect of being single because why is the pool so large now? It makes me think of all like the horror stories and just dating, just bad experiences I've had with dating. Because you know, when you think of how large of a group it is, it's like there's too many women out here getting their heart broke or getting catfished or just completely ran over by all these men. So let's dive into that because we've discussed the benefits.
Right.
But all the girls know that there's a downside to being single. So let's get into that. Yes, I want to share a horror story, a dating horror story that I've experienced. So this guy, we met through Instagram. He slid in DMs, woo, cute, whatever. I agreed to go on a date with him. I met him in person. I like tall guys. He was not very tall at all. Like same height as me, shorter than me. If you're short, I'm sorry, you're cool, but you're just not for me. Anyways, I get in the car.
Yikes.
He has no gas. So he has to stop and get gas. Okay. He goes into the gas station and gets lifesaver gummies and lemonade. And we're going out to eat. So I'm thinking, why are you getting snacks? We're going to eat. Okay. He asked me, do you want anything? I'm like, no. Then he drives extra, extra fast with no seatbelt, like 90 in a 70 with no seatbelt. He likes NBA Youngboy. He's blasting Youngboy all throughout the car. I hate NBA Youngboy. I'm sorry if that's your favorite rapper. He's not my favorite. I hate NBA Youngboy. And then we had to go to his homeboy's house so he can get masks because this was during COVID. And he introduces me as his girl to his homeboy. And I'm like, that is a lie.
On a
We are
first date?
not together.
He said that is
We
a
are not
lie.
together real bad. It is a lie. It is a
You said
lie.
the truth
The
ain't
cute
in
thing
me.
about this was he was taking me somewhere. It was supposed to be a surprise. We ended up going to downtown Dallas, Warren Park, super cute. He had never been to the place, did not know where we were going, had no plans. Then he got me Wendy's for dinner. Okay. Now listen, I am Simple Sally. I love Wendy's, the spicy chicken nuggets. But
Oh my
this was
Humble.
supposed to be a romantic evening, and he bought me Wendy's and didn't have enough money to pay for himself. So he watched me eat my Wendy's at Warren Park. He
Sorry.
watched me eat.
I'm
And I was looking
so
like,
sorry.
listen, I'm sorry too. I was looking like, you're not gonna eat? And he was like, no, I only have enough money for you. On the way home, he looks at me. We have like 20 minutes till we get back to my apartment. He asked me, so how do you feel about me? I really think you're amazing. I can't wait for our second date. I wanted to tell him you are not at all what I expected you to be because he showed talking the game on Instagram DMs.
That
Absolutely
is
horrible.
tough, bro. That is really tough.
Yes, it was so horrible. That experience alone, and see, I went into it so open minded. I was like, yes, I'm gonna start dating because I was literally anti men at the time. I was like, I don't want to talk to anyone. I
Yeah,
went back to that old mindset. I was like, this is why I don't date. This is why I don't branch out. Oh, God. But
man.
I'm sure. Do y'all have any stories, any horror stories, similar or worse than mine?
I have a baby daddy. That is all the horror story I need at this point in my life. I
Mm-hmm.
think if they would have told us in school that babies come with baby daddies, a lot of people would be having baby daddies. They
Right.
tell us the baby aspect and the child, all that kind of stuff, but they don't tell you the relationships outside of the child that you have to maintain in some way, shape, or form. And I think that in itself is enough. But I think the biggest thing that I've battled or dealt with just like men is just the lies. Like, why are we lying? Why are you not who you say you are? What is the point of lying to me? We are grown adults. What are you lying about? And for what? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just literally a waste of time at this point. Like, why are we wasting time? We're too old to be doing that. But I also saw this post on Instagram that says something like, he didn't waste your time, sis. He found out who you were and found out he didn't like you or something like that. And I was like, who
He
posted
wasted
this?
my time.
Because he definitely wasted
Sorry.
my time.
I don't get the point of pursuing someone and not being intentional with that. Like doing all this stuff only to leave them like, what was I doing with you?
Exactly. People can talk in circles all day. They can tell you what you want to hear. They can be, good morning, beautiful, you the queen. But if their actions do not line up with what they are saying and telling you, you are a waste of my time.
I agree
I
because I
agree.
had an
Yeah.
experience recently where a guy was, like Poppy said, talking all this good stuff, telling me I was beautiful, just saying all these good things. And it made me feel good. But baby, the actions wasn't actioning. It was like very much
Mm-mm.
the opposite of what he was saying. But I was so
Yes.
blinded by just how gorgeous I thought he was and how perfect I thought he was, how fine and sexy and all the good talk. And I'm thinking, he is not treating me the way that I need to be treated. So I don't want myself ever again and any of our, women listening to the podcast to ever get in that situation where you're blinded by, the words or how he might look. It needs to be the actions. Like he's got to show up how he's
Oh, and
telling.
let me tell you something too. I had a friend. She messaged me and she was like, "Man, like what do you do when this like real fine man is talking to you and woo woo woo, but like his characteristics and like who he is just like trash, but like he looks so good. Oh, he's just so fine. I want to be with him." I said that he's ugly. He's not cute. Because if his characteristics and who he is as a person do not treat you well, they're not respectable, they're not consistent, he's ugly. Like when I see a man, he could be the finest man on the planet, and I'd be like, "Oh, he's fine," and I will keep walking. And because if your characteristics do not line up, you are not fine to me. Like I have experienced people who, when I first saw them, I wasn't automatically like, "Oh, he the finest man I ever seen in my life," but he treated me well. He was respectful. He spoke you know, just so eloquently about who he was. His actions lined up with his words. He was, you know what I'm saying? And those characteristics made him even more attractive to me because he treated me well. And so I just, that's my 2 cents on a good looking man. He can look good, but if he treats you horrible, goodbye.
Yeah, that reminded me something that I saw on Instagram just last night. Like someone was saying that like if marriage is the goal, you know, that there's more to marriage than just looks. And the Bible says that beauty fades anyways. So there's that part like on the beauty. But he was just saying that like marriage is like, okay, can I see a household with this person? Can I see like our children being raised? Like how do they take care of finances? Like how is their heart position, their heart posture? Like how is their mindset? And so there's more to a relationship leading to marriage than just somebody's looks. And so someone has to, like, yes, you have eyes, thank you, Lord. That's what you see first. But at some point, you have to know what's inside because what's inside is going to lead to the more than just like the looks. And so that's not just like saying that a person is just like ugly or whatever. Like that's just natural causes. Like people have babies, they expand, people like, you know, sickness and in health, people, you know, happy weight, you know, or they may lose weight. So it's just like different things with the whole beauty spectrum that people need to mature about and just realize, learn more about it.
Bro, that's really good because that put me in the mind of when you're talking about being in a relationship with marriage as the end point. Do you guys think that there are gender roles in relationships? And are there things that you want or expect your partner, or you just know because he's a man, this is what he needs to do, or this is what I expect him to do? Do you guys have gender roles when you're looking into relationships?
I think, of course, there are. I think that there are some very traditional expectations when it comes to more so marriage, but just speaking on a relationship, things that I was taught to expect from men. So, of course, for me, the things that I expect you to respect me. I expect you to respect my boundaries. I expect you to respect my family. I also expect you to be mature and responsible and managing every aspect of your life. You're supposed to
Right.
also protect me as well. If I don't feel safe with you, then I'm not going to be with you a very long time because that's important for me as a woman to feel safe and secure with the man that I am with. So those are my
Yes.
like three. That's my expectation, just borderline of you, you know.
I love that. I for sure believe in gender roles, but I think what has really pushed me to certain things that are just a man's role in the household is having my own house now. Y'all, I literally mowed my lawn by myself. You know, my dad was teaching me, but I mowed my entire front and backyards. And when I got in the house, I said, absolutely not. I will do it because I have to do it, but this is not the life I want to live. This will have a man's name all on it one day. This will have Jeremiah's name on it when he's old enough. Like
Double tap emphasis.
there's just some things that I believe a man needs to do in the household. And one of them is yard work. As far as like expectations when it comes to a relationship, I think the biggest one that I've learned that I kind of need in a relationship is I need to feel like I can be led by that person. Like the decisions that this person makes needs to make sense. His next steps
Yeah.
need to make sense. Like he needs to have his goals and visions in a line so that I can feel like, oh, okay, he's making sound decisions. He's, you know, putting his money to the side. He's doing what he needs to do. I feel like I could be led by that person. And I didn't realize that was something that I needed or appreciated, let me say, in a man until I was with someone that I didn't feel like I could be led by. And I was very defensive. I was very like, I don't trust your decisions. I don't trust where you're going. I'm not going there. And it was a lot of pushback. And I was like, dang, like, why is this relationship so hard? And it was like, because I don't feel led by him. He just wasn't the one to lead me. Because I'm sure there's a woman out there that would meet this person and be like, oh yeah, let's go. And it just was not me. You know what I mean? And so that I think that's another beautiful thing about the way that God crafts people's stories and lives and who they are for, you know, different people. throughout your life, because you will meet so many people or date people depending on who you are. And you'll understand, like, we're not a match, and that's okay. And that was also something that I had to learn in the dating game. You're not for everybody. You're not meant to be with everybody. And I think in the beginning, it was hard for me dating when relationships would not work out, because I would feel like I was lacking something, or that I didn't have, like, I wasn't the first choice, so there's something wrong with me. And that's not it. You just weren't the one made for that person, and that's okay. I definitely believe that you can be the full whole package at the wrong location. And so I think when people are strong enough to understand and realize that, and then they move on, they meet somebody and it clicks. Because, baby, I'm gonna tell you this: next man that it click with, baby, get out there and mow that yard, please and thank you. I will have a
Oh my
snack
God.
and drinks and whatever you need. I will be in the kitchen. Okay, when you
Wow.
finish mowing that yard, we'll have a meal on the table.
Like the people that leave out, like the UPS and the package people that leave like snacks
Little
and stuff.
snack, yes.
Yes, that will literally be me. Baby, you need some water? I got you a fresh cup. Like, get out there and mow that yard, please.
Yes.
That is funny. I would say, because just because like of what you said, Poppy, when you were talking about like being able to follow someone and being like secure and following someone, I think that's like super important, that security aspect. Because I know something for me is I want to be so secure in my man that I'm willing to pick up, my life, what I'm comfortable with, to follow him. Because also I want a man of God, like a real man of God. um, and so I want to know that he's so locked in with God that if God connected us and God told him to move, that I have that security in knowing that, okay, if I pick up my things with him and go, husband wise, not boyfriend, but husband wise, that I'll be okay. I might be sad. I'm gonna miss my people, my environment, but just knowing that he's so locked in with God, I can pick up my stuff and go with him. And so
Mhm.
that security aspect is something like really, really big for me, because I want to follow you. I want to
Mhm.
submit to you. And so if I know, then that is super big for me. And so in all of that, I do want to ask this question, because as much as people, desire marriage or relationship, that's not a promise in the Bible. And so I do want to ask you all, like, how would you all feel being single for the rest of your
And me, I'm gonna answer from a place where I am right now. And
Yeah.
this Joanna is going to say she would not like being single for the rest of her life. Because something I desire more than a lot of things is having a family and being a mom and being a wife and supporting my family and watching my kids grow up, just giving them the life that I wanted so badly
life?
as a child. So for
Mhm.
me to not have that opportunity, I'd be very sad, but I would hope that I get to a place to understand God's plan.
Yeah.
Right now I wouldn't be okay with it, but maybe in the future when I've matured more, I'd be okay with it. But that's my answer.
Yeah. That's a good
What about you,
answer.
Poppy?
What's funny is, growing up, I never wanted to be in a relationship. I did not want to get married. I did not want to have children. That was just me growing up. I never wanted to do it. But obviously now I have, Jeremiah, and he is, just really grown me in a lot of different ways. So when I look at being single on one end of the spectrum, I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Whereas relationships, marriage, and dating, that's new for me. So I
Mm-hmm.
think, to answer that question, I would be okay if I were to be single. And I think that's just because I really do have a lot of goals, dreams, things that I want to accomplish, in addition to now being a mother. Like, those dreams and goals are still there, and I'm still pursuing them, even though I am a
Mm-hmm.
mother. A lot of people, or most people, would have a child and be like, oh, I want to have more children and I want to grow the family and do that. And that's just not where I am. And
Mm-hmm.
so I think I would be okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think for me, it's just because it like in the season of my life, I'm just like big learning to trust God and lean on Him, knowing that He has my life and it's going the way He wants it to. And so, because I want to keep that for the rest of my life, I think I would be okay with being single, just because I know it's what God has for me. But at the
Right.
same time, I am open and I won't shove relationship love off. But I won't like crawl into a hole and cry if I'm single for the rest of my life. But
Yeah.
and not to just be like, oh, it's gonna be perfect. Like I will probably need, some counseling, some help, some friends, like good circle, community of people. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I trust you, Lord. Here we go.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And see, that's the beauty of individualized journeys, since that's like our overarching theme of this entire podcast, being
Yes.
individuals and just being women supporting each other. Because
Mm-hmm.
there can be a lot of stigma around a single woman, but we're all doing our thing and making it work. And whatever God has planned for us, He has planned for us, and that'll just have to be that.
Agreed. I love that. I love this so much. I appreciate when we can get into deep conversations like this and have these moments. And that just makes me appreciate each of you so much more to have you in my life. And so to have your perspectives and to have your experiences and to have this platform to share that. So hopefully something that we said in this episode will help one of our listeners or watchers out there in these streets, okay? Because it ain't always sunshine and roses. So hopefully something that we said can help you guys out in your journeys. But y'all know it's never a Girl Let Me Tell You episode without game time. Okay, so let's get into this gig. Today we are playing Let's Be Honest.
Let's just be honest.
So what we did is we all submitted some embarrassing experiences and or stories to a third party source. And what we are now going to do is read these embarrassing stories and try to figure out A, is it a true story? And B, who would the story belong to? And then the person that it belongs to will reveal themselves and say, yes or no. Why would you even think that? So we're just gonna have a little fun. So y'all ready to play? Let's be honest.
Yes,
be
let's get into
honest. We
this
gotta have our
gig.
good poker faces on though.
I know,
know.
because listen, I can't tell a lie. I am the most honest person in the world. You will most likely know when it's me. Okay, let's go.
Okay. So one time on a trip, we saw a little house and thought it was a cute museum or gift shop. But when we entered, it was actually haunted and I lost all my cool. Is this a true experience and who could it have been?
I think this could be true, and it's definitely Sierra. Definitely Sierra, because
Definitely
only
Sierra.
just the way that it's written out, I lost all my cool. I lost all forms of my cool. ... emoji with the sweating drip. That is definitely Sierra. It just gave it away. Honestly, it
Yeah.
just gave it away. That's you, Sierra.
After I finished it, I said, that sounds like Sierra. But
That
I
is
don't know if
Sierra.
it's a true story, though.
So you all are correct. It is me, and it is based on a true story.
Ah!
Really?
Yeah. So we were
Let's
at a
not do
family
that.
reunion, and we were just like, let's just go somewhere. Sit out this weather. Let's go somewhere. So we entered in haunted house. But y'all are funny because like my line, like my parents would joke about this, but the line is like, I was like, let's get out of here. Like we can't go back, Sierra. I was like, well, we gotta find a way. I lost all forms of cool.
Let's just be honest.
I fell down the escalator and had to get picked up off the floor by a white man. Why do you say a white man? Bobby, that's you. I know it because you would point out that it's a white man. It's
exactly.
definitely
It was the
Poppy.
white man.
Because only Poppy would say a white man had to pick me up, y'all.
You would always say that.
That is Poppy. She gonna make it known. It was a white man, y'all.
It was a white
man. I can't believe it.
It was so embarrassing. I said about this white man running through the airport to pick me up off the escalator. He was like, I'll save you. I said, no, but please come help me.
That
He
is
literally
hilarious.
like a child, y'all. It was so embarrassing. I was like, oh my gosh,
That's
where's the
definitely you,
cameras?
Poppy.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely
Sierra,
Poppy.
read one.
Okay. So the next one is I peeped in front of everyone in the cafeteria as a child and had to be walked out by a teacher wearing a I threw up t-shirt. Like, I would say
I think
that sounds like Joanna.
you sound like me,
It
I
sounds
feel
like
like
you.
I feel like that's something Joanna would do. Yeah.
The I
but
threw up t-shirt.
it's lies. It's all lies. I didn't throw up in the cafeteria. I threw up in the class. Someone is lying on me.
Based on a semi-true story.
Listen, semi-true. This is not me. These are lies. I
Yeah,
think
that's a lie. I made that one up.
it's a lie.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I made that one up.
So it's
Now,
you.
yeah, it was
Not the
me.
confessional, Joanna.
But yeah. No, she said I didn't throw up in the cafeteria. I threw up in the classroom.
Almost made it seem like it was me. Almost convinced myself of the lie.
Let's just be honest.
I ate a piece of dog food once to try to get my dog to eat.
Joanna.
First of all, somebody's nasty.
Joanna.
This is a lie.
Sierra,
Joanna.
because Poppy don't like dogs.
Exactly. So it's either
True.
Joanna or Sierra, and I think it's Joanna because Joanna
And I
grew
would
up
never.
with dogs. She grew up with
My
dogs.
dog is starving.
Sierra said, I would never. My dog will starve. This is me. It was true because my chihuahua didn't like dog food at the time. She was very much trying to be human. And I said, look, it's good. They made a little piecey piece. Let's move on. It was
Ew, what it tastes
disgusting.
like.
Girl, like straight boo-boo trash. I was in the second grade, didn't know no better. Okay.
Let's just be honest.
Me and my cousins were singing Shackles by Mary Mary. I wanted to sing the bridge, but instead of saying bound in every way, I said bouncing every kind of way. And they all laughed at me. Bouncing every kind of way? Joanna, did you do this?
That's Sierra that don't know no lyrics. First of all, that's Sierra not knowing the lyrics and stuff, okay?
That do sound like the lyrics bouncing every.
Kind of
Okay.
way.
See?
I
It
would
was
think
me,
it's
y'all.
Joanna because Joanna,
It was
y'all
me.
always be singing. Y'all always be
Yes.
singing.
My family sings, and it was just one of them family functions where they was like, y'all go practice the selection. So we chose Shackles, and they were like, you can do the bridge, and they had me try out an audition, and I said, bouncing every kind of way, and they said, bouncing, and started laughing, and I was a shy kid, so I'm like, my life is ruined. I'm embarrassed. I just went to the corner. I cried. I didn't get my
He was in
debut.
shambles.
Mary, I was in shackles. Very much so. It was
Bound in
so
every kind of way.
embarrassing. Bouncing every which way. It was so embarrassing. But that was me.
Okay.
Okay.
So the last scenario goes to the one who said, once when I was little and my parents would pick me up from children's church, apparently I didn't focus in on my parents. And for a hot minute, I was standing next to a stranger before I looked up and realized this person was no kin to me.
Well, it can't be
I
me.
feel like it's Sierra.
I feel like that's Sierra, or it never happened and she made this up. But if it is, I still think Sierra did that one though.
I feel like it's Sierra. I don't know, just the way it's worded. I feel like it'd be Sierra. Because Sierra been giving up, she's been giving herself away on all of these.
Very much so.
But I feel like it might not be true because I feel like Sierra's very observant and very much, I'm aware of my surroundings.
Okay, but she was a kid.
But I don't know.
She didn't know what she was doing. It's Sierra. Because my children's church was too little. My mom was a children's church teacher. So I knew exactly what I was doing.
Yeah, there's no way.
All the time. So Sierra gotta be you.
Yeah.
It's me. Ding, ding, ding. And this is also based on a very true story.
Really?
Dang, you just
Yeah.
got to leave with the randoms.
I
She
just
said,
was
we're
not
all
paying
brothers and sisters
attention.
in Christ.
Let's go.
Like this guy looked so much like my dad. I was just standing next to my dad. And then I looked up and saw my dad and I was like,
Who's this man? I hate to say it, I don't know who this man
I hate to
is.
say it.
Sorry to this
Sorry to this
man.
man.
Okay, because
Sorry to
I don't
this
know
man.
you. That's
That is
funny.
hilarious.
Y'all, let's be honest. That game was a 10 out of 10.
Let's just be honest.
Well, y'all, that's all we have for y'all today. This was a great episode talking about singleness, the pros, the cons, the good, the bad, the beautiful, the ugly, and the promises of the Lord, our Savior, Jesus Christ. The game was a lot of fun. So to Joanna and Sierra, thank you guys so much for joining this wild ride with me and being on this podcast, coming and chatting it up. To listeners and watchers out there, thank you so much. We appreciate you so much more than you know.
show, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode, but the conversation does not stop here. In the meantime, catch us on Facebook and Instagram, like us and follow us, and our episodes drop every other Friday at noon.
And of course, you can always tune in on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, pretty much anywhere you get your podcasts. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at Girl, Let Me Tell You Podcast. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We will see y'all next time on
Girl,
Let
let
Me
me
Tell
tell
You.
you.